So it's no secret that I absolutely cannot stand family channels. I think they're exploitative, diabolical, and most of the time, seriously inappropriate. So today we're going to be talking about one of these so-called family channels that has been raising a lot of red flags over on TikTok for good reason. But before we dive in, welcome back everybody. I'm Danielle. And please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Now before we get started, I think it's important to mention because a lot of you may not know that this is actually the reason why I started YouTube in the first place. Some of my first videos on YouTube were about my concerns with family channels on social media. I had another channel separate from this one a few years ago where I only posted a few videos. And the whole point of that channel was to expose family channels and to show really how disgusting it is and the ways they exploit their children on social media. And after a while, I scrapped that channel and started this one. But the issue itself has always remained very close to my heart. So I just want to say this is not the only family channel that is concerning and, not the only channel that deserves to be under a microscope right now. Honestly, I think that most family channels, if not all, are problematic in one way or another. This just happens to be the one going viral right now. So the family we're going to be talking about today is the resilient Jenkins. They're a family of 6. So you've got the mom, whose name is Stephanie, the father, who's named Andrew or Drew, and then 4 children. 1 is from Drew's previous marriage. 2 are from Stephanie's previous relationship. And then they have 1 child together. Oh, and on top of that, Stephanie is currently pregnant with their 5th child. To really, wrap this whole thing together, they all live in one tiny 1-bedroom apartment in Portland, Oregon. Oh, and they also have 2 cats in this tiny ass apartment. And can we just be real for a second? And please don't come for me. I just want to say I'm an animal lover. I love animals. I've had plenty of pets. I still have a pet. But can we just be honest? Cats stink. They really do. And if you already have 4 stinky ass kids in a tiny 1-bedroom apartment, almost 5 kids and 2 cats, girl, that apartment has to smell foul. So right now you might be wondering, 1 bedroom, 6 people, where do they all sleep? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because the parents sleep in the bedroom on a bed with a flat screen TV, a PS5, and the kids sleep in the living room / dining room area on mats on the floor. Mattress toppers, to be exact. Or I should say slept on mattress toppers, because spoiler alert, they have an Amazon registry, which we'll be getting into later. But one of their followers bought the kids bunk beds, so they're no longer sleeping on the floor. But they pretty much just half-assed put them together, and they're still sleeping on the mattress toppers. They're not even sleeping on mattresses. But at least the mattress toppers are not on the floor, I guess. But I'll just stop there. But before we really get into all of this drama, let's take a look at the video that went viral and kind of kicked off this whole thing.
As you can read in the caption above, we're a family of 6 going on 7 living in a 1-bedroom apartment. As the kids grow older, that means we constantly have to adapt our environment to give them more means for privacy and extra space. When outside our environment appears cluttered, disorganized, what have you. But quite frankly, after making do for nearly 3 years now, I have nothing but a grateful spirit for the roof over our head. Generally, the instant judgment me and my husband receive, why have so many kids if you don't have enough space for them? See, my perception is judgment comes from a place of not having the experience. When you've experienced enough, you generally don't judge people. I can tell you after everything I've been through in the past 3 years, there's very little I have to judge people on. I would be lying if I said there wasn't a point in my life that I was so naive that I might have judged a poor person based off their appearance. And like I said, I have learned a lot. I generally look like I'm roughing it, but that's because our kids come first. I do everything I can to keep our environment clean and tidy. When it comes down to it, I could shove everything my kids have in 1 bedroom of some of these houses I see, and it would really look like nothing. We try to teach our kids to take care of what they have, be grateful for what we have. We keep praying and pushing for the growth that we want. Appreciate y'all watching. See you in the next video.
So as you can see, just based off that one video, she shares the layout of her home as well as her kids' faces. And she really has made it very easy for people to figure out where she lives and where her kids go to school, because she tags her city and state in all of her videos. And I remember watching one of her videos and people were raising concerns with her sharing the area in which her kids live and go to school. And she was just being really snarky and saying, like, well, if people find out where my kids live, that's on them. I would never do something like that. I've never went out of my way to find out where a family lives. That's their business. So if somebody does that, that's on them. Well, sure, but we're not talking about normal people here. Anybody with bad intentions can easily find out where you live. We're not worried about, normal everyday people. We're specifically talking about the weirdos with bad intentions. She already lives in a not so safe area. And on top of that, she has her children sleeping in the living room, not even in the bedroom. At least if the children were in the bedroom, if there were to be an intruder or anything like that, they would at least have to get through the parents to get to the children, especially now when there's growing danger with them gaining more popularity and a lot of hate online. It's really important for these kids to be as safe as possible in that home. And with the kids out in the living room, they're pretty much defenseless right now. And as I said, now that they're gaining attention and criticism, that danger becomes a lot more real. As we will soon come to find out, the reason why the parents allegedly need the bedroom is because the mom does want more children. So they do be fucking. And also, the mom has said several times that the way she gets through her day with so many kids and not going crazy is because she smokes weed, which if you're going to be complaining about your financial situation, maybe don't smoke weed. I don't know. Weed is expensive, but what do I know?
My sister says to me the other day, I don't know how you do it. You just have this ability to keep going no matter what, no matter how tired you are. Sis, it is because I smoke marijuana. I got that Mary Jane running through my vein.
Cool. It's so funny because then there's a video where she tries to lie and say, I was just kidding. Yeah. Okay, girl. We literally saw your husband holding part of a bong in the background of a video. So yeah. And there's so many people online trying to make this argument that I think is very dumb. They're saying, oh, you're just trying to shame poor people. You guys are just trying to shame poor people. And it's like, no, nobody's shaming poor people. People are concerned because a lot of things about this situation is problematic and very concerning. The fact that she openly admits that she's already struggling with so much and struggling financially and constantly complaining, but yet is adamant about bringing more kids into her already messed up situation. And then she posts videos like this. The text on screen says, y'all, my hubby said that if we can take our account viral and change our financial situation, he'll hump away and give me as many babies as I want. So help a girl out. Share, follow, and help my account so I can make this man a father of 7. Oh, first of all, gross. And it's like, oh girly pop. Father of 7? You mean father of 8? Maybe 9, possibly 10. Because as it turns out, this man has more kids than we originally thought. Because at first people just assumed they were a happy family. Sure, they might be going through a financial situation, through hardships, whatever, but at least they have 2 loving parents. It's a good, wholesome family and they're good parents. But then a woman on TikTok that goes by Nails by Arlita came forward to expose the out of the resilient Jenkins.
The reality is she had 2 children. He had a son.
Hi. Since we're on here speaking about the resilient Jenkins, actually, he has more than 1 son. Hi, I'm the first baby mama. I'm absolutely embarrassed at the fact that that's my sperm donor. I will not be posting my child on here because y'all not gonna know. But my son is almost 12. Since everybody wants to kind of chime in, that man that everybody's saying they have two loving parents, walked out of his son's life when he was 2. Okay, hasn't seen his son since he was 5, and that's because I reached out to him to come to his kindergarten graduation, and at the time he only had 1 child, which was the little black boy you guys see in his videos. That's my oldest's little brother. Now my oldest, who's at the top because he will be 12, doesn't even know he has 2 other siblings. So no, they didn't meet when he had 1 child. He probably has more. He hasn't paid child support, but he has a PS5. I feel bad for those kids. I literally feel bad for my child's siblings, sad to say, that they have to sleep on the floor, and that man has not changed. And it's disrespectful, mind you, my child's name is being changed. I'm at work, but I keep seeing this shit, and it makes my blood boil. My son doesn't have to worry about anything. He's in a loving home. He has grandparents. He has his aunties, his uncles, close family members that are surrounded. My son is loved, and he knows he's loved. And I'm so glad I kept my son out of that situation. Because I never not wanted my son to not know his dad. And he's asked, and I've tried. I have receipts. I've tried to get him to be a part. Even his son asked.
He's not concerned with that. He's more concerned with trying to make his family go viral on TikTok.
Mommy, I just want to know my dad. Why can't I see my dad? Mind y'all, when that happened, I reached out to him. He read the message, never replied. So I had to put my son in counseling just because I knew it was bothering him, and there was nothing that I could say that was going to help him.
Deadbeat.
I just told him, your dad made choices, and he chose to make those choices. It has nothing to do with you. So for people that are saying like, oh, they're in a 1-bedroom apartment there with 2 loving parents. No, that's not love. You don't put your kids on the floor. You sacrifice for your kids. You don't put your kids on the floor. His priorities were messed up, and that's why we never worked out. That's why we didn't work out. Because his priorities, as you guys can see, are all messed up. And now you're going viral. For what? And then you continue to make more babies, and you couldn't even take care of the first one that you had. He don't even know you, but he wanted to know you. You don't even know how great of a kid you got. And I'm so blessed that he doesn't have to worry about being in that situation. He would never have to be there. But yeah, Andrew, I hope you showed up to your court case for your child support. That was on October 2nd. It is October 29th. See, she said in her live earlier that God has been blessing them. No, baby. God ain't blessing you. Andrew's karma is about to do a 360. And while the Oregon's been looking for you, Andrew Alexander Jenkins, all the shit you've been doing, literally all the shit you've been doing, is going to come back tenfold. Your dad, bless his soul, that he ain't here to see this. You're an embarrassment. I'm sick, but I have the most beautiful son, and he would never be nothing like you. But what I do know, what I really do know, is the 12 years you've been running, no matter if you got clean or not, no matter if you got clean or not, you're still doing the same bullshit. Same bullshit. 12 years. My baby be 12. And you're still on the same bullshit. You're an embarrassment. She's an embarrassment. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what people are saying. It's an embarrassment. You should be embarrassed. And if you could sleep at night knowing that your kids sleep on that floor and you're able to just be up in a room decked out with a PS5 and you don't even take care of your first child and you think you about to be blessed. Oh no. God don't work like that. God don't work like that. Keep thinking that they're in a house with two loving parents. No, they're in a house with two selfish parents who don't care about their upbringing and live nasty. And that's why my son was never around. So resilient Jenkins, keep thinking you're about to be blessed. Because shit's about to hit the fan for you, Andrew. For you.
Okay, so I don't know how much of the video I can play because it is 10 minutes long. Maybe I can chop it up and play certain parts of it. But more of the story, as you can see, he walked out of his son's life. So for people claiming, oh, they have two loving parents. Well, how loving is it if you walked out of one of your child's lives and owe child support and don't even pay it for years until your funds literally are garnished? And she even says she doesn't know how many other kids are out there. She wouldn't be surprised if there was more than just her son. So after everyone saw that video, people then quickly started to realize why this man has been bashing 9-to-5 jobs for so long. He's been on lives talking about how he would never work a W-2 job. He's been being so snooty, turning his nose up at so many jobs when people mention different opportunities that are out there in the comments, like DoorDash, things like that. He insists on doing gig work. No matter how unreliable and unstable gig work can be, he insists on being self-employed because of the fact that he doesn't want to pay child support or get his wages garnished. So when Stephanie says, I want to make him a father of 7, no, girl. He has way more than the kids that he has with you. He may not be in their lives. He may be a deadbeat dad. Technically, he does have more children. And all I have to say is that if I found this out and I were pregnant with this man's child and saw his baby mama post that video onto TikTok, I would literally run. You guys don't know how fast I would be booking it as far away from this man as I possibly could. Because guess what? You could be next, girl. He could be leaving your ass and walking out on your children next. And you want more kids with this man. That is wild. So like I said, this man has been so picky and talking down about other jobs. He talked shit and said he didn't want to do DoorDash. He bashed truck drivers. He has basically thrown shade at every job out there, saying that he would never work for less than $30 an hour. And it's like, okay, sir, that's fine and all, but what are you doing to improve your situation? And it's really turned people off to see that he has such a relaxed attitude about bettering his situation for his children to actually provide a better life for his kids. Which, okay, I get it. Things are expensive. Life is expensive. Kids are expensive. And honestly, that's the reason why I haven't had kids yet. I'm 33 and I've actually never felt financially stable enough to bring a child into this world. And I definitely want kids, but I would never bring a child into this world unless I felt very confident that I would be able to provide the life they deserve. And I'm in no way saying that you have to be rich to have kids or poor people don't deserve to have kids. No, but there is a certain quality of life that you should be able to provide basic necessities, basic essential things. And, yeah, unfortunately, that does involve having some money. I hate it. It's messed up. I totally agree. But unfortunately, that's the world we live in. Now, obviously, I know I don't want people to get on me. I know it's not all about money. I know kids need attention, love, affection, all that stuff. But being in a 1-bedroom apartment with 7 people, that's crazy. And the fact that you're like, nah, we're good. We're going to bring add another child on top of this baby I'm already pregnant with. I want more kids to add on to this already messed up situation. That's just a whole nother level. And there really is a difference between that and a family that just happened to fall on hard times. I know parents that literally work 2 or 3 jobs just to provide for one kid. Now imagine having 5. And it's not even just about the money. Forget the money for a second. When we're talking about love and attention, kids also need adequate time and energy put into them by their parents. So honestly, what time and energy do you have to put into 5 kids? Honestly, truly, can you really be there for them in the way they need when you're stretched so thin? Because as we will see in these next 2 videos I'm about to show you, she's already fed up with the amount of kids she has now. She's already complaining about her kids needing things from her and saying, Mom, Mom, Mom. But yet you want more kids. Maybe get a hold on what you have now. Maybe get this situation under control first before you start adding more children to the mix. I don't know. Let's take a look.
Don't stop. I got maybe 2 hours of sleep last night because if it wasn't one up, the other one's up. And now it's just like every 10 seconds. Mom, Mom, Mom. Bro, I go in the bathroom and they're right there. I go in the kitchen and they're right there. I go anywhere, they're there.
No shit. They're kids.
I just want to be me for 5 seconds. Just 5 minutes. I want me. I want to make a video and not have to worry that my kid came in the video and it's going to get taken down. Or I want to watch something on the TV for 5 minutes and I don't have to be like, close your damn eyes, get out of here because it's my damn bedroom. Why are you in here?
Maybe because they don't have their own bedrooms. Where else can they go?
You know? You have your room. You have your stuff. I don't mess with it.
The living room? You call that their room?
I don't poke at you when you're trying to sleep. I don't come snatch shit out your hand when you're trying to eat it. Like, bro. Monkey see, monkey do bullshit. Because I'll be teaching these kids stuff. They ain't doing it. They do whatever they want. All the time. But I don't know. Thank God I have my man who just spoils the shit out of me with stuff.
Gross. So yeah, obviously there was that one. Let's take a look at the second one where she continues to complain. Also, shout out Radiant Brit. I found these on her channel, so thank you.
Flipping frustrating when you've got more than one especially coming at you like, hey mom, can I do this? Hey mom, do this. Mom, go make me dinner. You're in the kitchen. Okay, I'm in the kitchen making dinner. But then they come at me with, Mom, the cat puked, come pick up the puke. Mom, I just dropped this. Mom. And it's like, bitch, who the fuck is Stephanie anymore? I don't even know.
Rich just said, so it's frustrating when you have one kid doing that, so you continue to have more, which, period, touche, that's the whole point here. And it's like, yeah, girl, that's what having kids is like. I don't even have kids, and I know this. If you're already frustrated with the kids you have needing things from you, why are we having more? Why? Makes no sense. So as I mentioned, another thing that people caught on their TikToks, and you might have caught this too, is that the dad has a PS5. And, people are saying, well, you have a PS5 and your kids are sleeping on the floor. How does that even make any sense? And then on top of that, they're begging their supporters and followers to buy them things on their Amazon registry. And it's just like, wait a minute. priorities here, priorities. That's the thing. That's the main issue here. Regardless if you're poor, rich, whatever, your children should be at the forefront of your priorities. And right now, for the resilient Jenkins, they're not. They're absolutely not. Not when they're sleeping on the floor and you're sleeping in your nice, comfy bed inside the bedroom full of LED fancy lights and flat screen TVs and a PS5. You cannot say that your children are at the top of your priority list. Obviously, I'm not saying that poor people can't enjoy anything in life or have nice things. But what people are taking issue with, and I would have to agree, is how their resources are being distributed. And speaking of their Amazon registry, when I first looked at it a while back, a few things had been bought, mainly things for the kids. And now all but 5 items have been purchased. Everything on their list. And there were tons of items on there for adults and grown-ass men. Like somebody bought him pants. Somebody bought him almost $20 Puma socks. A ring light so they can obviously continue to make content and exploit their children. They bought them a football book for dummies. Colorful lights and shit like that. And it's just like, really? It just shows even more where their priorities are. Maybe if you're going to have an Amazon registry wish list or whatever, it should just be completely full of things and essentials for your children. I don't know. Call me crazy. And you know, something I caught on their TikTok was that the mom posted photos of all the things that were bought for them from the Amazon registry. She was thanking her followers. And one of them was a pair of unicorn shoes. So she posted a photo thanking her followers for buying her daughter the unicorn shoes. But then, I don't know if they forgot, a couple videos later, she posted a video saying her man had to work extra hours to buy his daughter the shoes. And they were the same exact shoes, the unicorn shoes, the glittery unicorn shoes that she had just thanked her followers for a few videos prior. So it was just like, what's going on here? So weird. It just became really obvious to people that the mom is trying to turn this into a family channel, and she's relying on her children to get her family out of their financial situation. And that's where I have a real problem. The fact that people are defending this family, especially the mom, saying they may be poor, but at least they're well taken care of and clean. They're a loving family. At least the house is clean. And it's like, are they really? Because the mom has openly admitted that they have an endless cycle of lice in the home. She has also said that the kids have moldy clothes and it makes the house stink. She also, and this is all stuff she admitted in her own videos. She also said that the cat had a skin infection and she was crying in a video because she couldn't afford to get it treated and was afraid that she had to give the cat away or something like that. And yet, here she is wanting more kids and more stress and to dig herself deeper into this hole and expecting her children to get her out of it by posting them and exploiting them online. It's sick. It's sick. Another thing that has been raising a lot of concern is her race fetishization, which I'm going to let another creator explain because it's very problematic and I won't be able to do it justice. So I just want to make sure that I don't mess it up.
Stop following the resilient Jenkins, okay? And there's a couple reasons for this, and it's not just the whole living situation. First of all, racism, okay? She posts a lot of things like this. Point of view, you're pregnant with superior genetics that fight through terrain of macaco, and more so you don't let fear hold you back from doing normal tasks. Let's go to the description of this page. The hashtags are superior genetics, African baby, strong baby, pregnancy. She talks about her hubby's African genetics and how they're superior. And honestly, this is giving black people or African people don't feel pain as much because of their genetics. Or, ooh, let's breed these while people are enslaved, okay? This type of messages are not okay. Okay? They're not okay. She is purely here and has several posts talking about how she is trying to make her children, using her children, to go viral. Have we not learned anything? Using your children for content is not okay. That's exploitation. Exploitation of the children. They cannot give consent to be filmed, as well as just all those gross and creepy people out there that like looking at children, okay? Absolutely baffles me that my beautiful kiddos haven't gone viral yet. 2 years and counting, babies. You got this. Eventually, mama will make our dreams come true. Mama's going to make your dreams come true by using you to go viral. Then she talks about her her son, or her stepson's baby mama. To the baby mama that brought my son into the world, I thank you for bringing him into the world, but I will never forgive you for chugging while my little man was just trying to develop in the womb. I thank Jesus his daddy's genes protected him from more damage. Again, the superior gene crap, as well as bringing the baby's mama, as well as this child's information to the internet, and talking about how pretty much, I guess, this baby mama had an alcohol issue. She goes more into detail in the description. And now their son has some extra issues because if you know that, I can't remember what it's called, but infant alcohol syndrome or something like that. He has extra issues because of that. But because, she says, because of the genes, he's okay. Or it's not as bad. Again, the baby, mommy, did we go viral yet? No, baby, we're still posting and what is going on? And then let's go back to the cat situation. Because in this small apartment, they have 2 cats. They have posted about them having flea situation, but one of the cats having skin situations that they could not afford. They still have that cat, so I don't know what happened with that. As well as they talk about how the litter stinks so much because if you know, I have a cat. Yeah, those dookies are rancid, okay? Rancid. But to make it better, they put essential oils in the litter, which can literally kill your cat. But also on the chat, you know what, I'm not even going into that because we know why you should not be having 2 cats in this small situation that you already are having a hard time with. And the fact that you whole smell is just permeating through one room is not healthy. It's not healthy, okay? But these are some of the reasons why we should not be following. It's not about, yes, the other things that people have been talking about, but they are problematic, okay? They are problematic.
Yeah, and also being in a room with urine just stewing throughout the place causes respiratory issues. It's really bad. And if all of that wasn't enough, somehow this story just continues to get worse because as we have all learned, Mrs. Jenkins isn't actually Mrs. Jenkins because she's not married to Mr. Jenkins. She was actually previously married to a man named Jeremiah C. Thompson, who is the baby daddy of her 2 daughters. And he's a registered sex offender. An article was posted saying that he was actually a registered offender at 19 years old with a very long history of violations and has pleaded not guilty to being a 14-year-old high schooler in Vancouver. And somehow it gets even more worse because the article goes on to state that Thompson was ordered to register as an offender after being sentenced in February 2010 for essaying his mother. Yes, guys, his own mother. He also accepted a plea deal that year to a misdemeanor charge of communication with a minor for immoral purposes relating to the allegation he molested a 7-year-old girl. 7. So the list of people he has essayed is very long. And the fact that Stephanie has 2 children with this man is very concerning, especially because she's posted on her own TikTok that her ex-husband is actually her abuser. So I'm praying to God that this disgusting man did not harm her daughters in any way. Ugh, just looking at him makes my skin crawl. And, after all of this, I just want to make it clear that I'm not judging them off their situation. And I hope that is clear. But it's one thing to be in a tough spot. It's another to admit that you are severely struggling and still decide to add more to the mix. It's not fair. And it's definitely not fair to your kids. And expecting others to provide and purchase things off your Amazon registry and relying on your kids to get you out of your financial situation, it's just wrong. I don't know, call me crazy, but I don't think that kids should ever have to worry about providing for a family. Kids shouldn't have to think about working or finances or any of that. And the fact that the mom has a ring light on the registry shows me that she doesn't plan on slowing down the content anytime soon. Kids are only young for so long, and they have the rest of their lives to worry about money and working. They should be able to enjoy the short time they have as kids without worrying about getting you out of your financial struggles. They shouldn't be worried about making content to support a family that you insist on making bigger because you can't stop making babies. And honestly, it seems like the mom is really leaning into the hate on the internet, saying things like, welcome to the most hated family on the internet. She's being real snarky about it. And it's just like, ma'am, you are subjecting your kids to all that. Their classmates are going to see this and it's going to follow them forever. And she even said in one of her videos that me and my husband always knew that if we went viral, it would be for hate. But here's the thing. It's not hate, it's concern. People are genuinely worried for your kids, and it's not about shaming you for being poor. It's genuinely about the decisions you are making. It's about poorly managing the resources you have. It's about exploiting your kids to get out of your financial struggles. And it's about bringing more kids into a situation that is already a mess. So please stop trying to spin this victim narrative like people are shaming you for no reason. It's so frustrating when people try to gaslight the public into believing we are not seeing what's happening right in front of us. It is honestly so insulting. But anyways, guys, that is what's going on with the Resilient Jenkins. I know there is so much to cover on them, and I probably missed some. So please let me know in the comments below what's been the most shocking thing that you've learned about this family if you've heard of them before. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on them because I have a feeling that this won't be the last time we'll be discussing this family. It just feels like every day something new comes out that just somehow makes this whole situation so much worse, which is just so sad for the kids. And the mom is loving it. She's eating it up. She's loving all the hate. She's loving all the drama. And it's so sad because the only people really suffering in all of this are her children. But I want to know what you guys think. What are your thoughts about all of this? Let me know in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like the video if you want to see more content like this. Subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Take care.